Hello guys, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I want to introduce you guys to myself since this is my first YouTube video that I am putting out, okay? I do want to say my name is Yanni. I'm 19 years old from the US, and I'm a college business major, and I'm also spiritual. I love to read, write, when I feel motivated, of course. And I love nature and I collect crystals, okay? That's kind of like more on the rundown of me, okay? I want to talk to you guys more about later on, maybe in another video, so about what I want to do for my YouTube channel. But what I do know as of right now that I do want to bring spirituality into my channel, and majority of the reason is because I want to have connections with people, and I want to bring people into my platform. Like I just want to like build like a great I want to build friendships. Whatever, I don't even know what I was saying, but I want to build friendships. I want to have great connections with people, and I want to talk to other people. I love having online friends. As weird as it sounds for me, because I'm introvert, I like having online friends because they're much more different than people than the people that that live out here where I live. So I like having online friends. I've always had good experience with them. So I would love to have online friends who love spirituality and love the same things as me, okay? But yeah, I'll probably get into that maybe in another time because I have other ideas for my video. So yeah, I think I was talking too much. Let's get into it. So I do want to talk about Moldavite, okay? And if you guys have not heard about Moldavite, it is a tektite that came into Earth, a meteor that came into Earth 14 million years ago and hit the Czech Republic, okay? And this stone only comes from the Czech Republic because it hit Earth, went to the Czech Republic, and there's millions and millions of pieces of Moldavite everywhere. And it's specifically in the Moldu River. Moldavite comes from that river, the name of the river. So I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's basically where Moldavite comes from. And it's very expensive. It ranges from like the cheapest could be like $40 to $50, $60 at least, to like hundreds of dollars. The bigger the piece, the more expensive it is. So the pieces that I have are very small because they were very affordable. And yeah, the spiritual background of this tektite, which is known for, I call it a stone, but it's known more for a tektite. It basically transforms your life for the better, okay? Now, like, this transformation is a good and a bad not a bad, but it could be more of a draining, let's say draining, more of a draining transformation, because you're going to see a lot of things that you wasn't seeing with a clear eye before you got Moldavite. And it helps remove a lot of things that are not meant to be with you, things that are not resonating with you, okay? Like for an example, all right, that relationship that you was thinking of that was not like, you was thinking like maybe this relationship is not going well, that relationship is literally gone. That friendship that you've known this person for so many years, and all of a sudden you guys just have a fallout, or a argument happens, and then like relationship, the friendship is done, boom, like that friendship is out, okay? A job that you might have been thinking like maybe it's not gonna work, I don't really know what I'm going to do moving forward, boom, that's done. You either been fired or laid off. It does a lot for you in your life. It removes a lot of things that are not meant for you and that's not resonating with you one bit, but it brings in things that are meant for you as your healing process is, you know what I'm saying, is kind of like going forward, okay? It's not a fun transformation, but when you start to understand why you went through the things that you went through, you start to understand like this happened for the better. It might have not been a pleasant, positive experience, but it is more to just kind of like put you in that place where this is where you're meant to be. And that's just what Moldavite helps you do. I have this little pamphlet, and I know you guys can't see it because it's like the words are small. It just basically kind of like explains where Moldavite came from and what it does for you. I'm going to read a little bit about that. I explained to you guys literally mostly the things that was in here. I do want to talk about the spiritual effects of it. So it says, Moldavite is oftentimes called the stone of transformation as it tends to bring positive life changes in a very accelerated manner, meaning it happens in a very fast pace. So that might be why when you get this or you've already got Moldavite, you will feel like, or you have felt like, my bad, that everything is just going in a very fast pace. Like, you're dealing with one thing and then another thing happens and another thing happens. Like, when can I get a break? That is in an accelerated manner. Moldavite helps remove all these things in such a fast pace, and it's like, damn, like I couldn't even like get over that one thing. I couldn't even finish, working on this part because so many things that are happening. Okay. It also tends to affect the dreams by allowing you to access deep levels of your subconscious mind while in a lucid dream state, allowing you to work through and heal issues that you have been buried and hidden from your conscious awareness. Moldavite tends to work with the heart chakra, but can also be used as a chakra balancer. Okay, so it also helps you in a lucid dream too. It helps you. If you guys don't know what lucid dream is, it helps you take over your dreams, control your dreams, do whatever the hell you want in your dreams. Okay. And you get like very like interested in dreams too. Like, I remember the first night that I slept with Moldavite, I did not dream at all. But then when I slept again the next night, I had a dream. You start to notice your dreams get a little bit different as you're wearing Moldavite. So, yeah, you can wear Moldavite with different crystals. Okay. I want to get into that as well. I do want to talk about my experience. But before I get into that, if you are thinking about getting Moldavite, I do highly recommend it. Okay, it's a stone of transformation and it helps with every chakra. Moldavite helps with every chakra. It mainly is working with my throat one because I have a hard time speaking up sometimes. I'm working on that and I've been getting better at it, so it has been helping me. So yes, let's just get straight into the video of my experience. Oh yeah, and as well, sorry about that. Let me also explain, if you're thinking about getting it, just want to let you guys know as well that Moldavite could be draining. Like, the energy of the Moldavite that holds within itself, it's not negative energy or anything, it's just it's too powerful for certain people. They have to have a grounding stone with them, a grounding crystal that can help balance it out, because Moldavite could be very draining for people. Like, it really can. I've experienced it myself. I used to always use like a black tourmaline oftentimes, so I can help balance it, so I don't have all these crazy symptoms. So yes, I'm gonna get into this video. Just wanted to make that disclaimer as well, just so people won't get like confused on like if they need to wear it by itself because of how powerful it is, or are there any questions. So yeah, I think I got off topic real quick. With my experience with Moldavite, a lot of things happened with me. The relationship I was in, it was done and for with. I had so many like questions, like, was it gonna work? That relationship done and over with. I was not able to have that relationship with around me for after I got Moldavite. With that relationship done and over it for me, I was started to just experience a lot of things about myself. I was like, I just want to, if I'm gonna get with somebody, I want a relationship. Sorry, that's my heater in the background. I wanted to be in a relationship with somebody who was spiritual, who understood me, and who wouldn't do the same things as everybody else in the past that I've dealt with. I started realizing as well that I was starting to get into financial issues because at the time I financed my car. So I was going through a lot of financial issues as well. I was surrounding myself in environments that I knew I didn't like, as like partying. I kind of tried to fit in too. Didn't really work, didn't last for long, and that's why I don't really surround myself with, drinking, smoking environments, because I just don't. I ended up getting into 2 accidents. They were none of them were my fault, by the way, but somebody hit me from the back and somebody else hit me from the front. So the person that hit my car from the back, that's honestly what it resulted me into have like that spiritual awakening, like with this Moldavite, because honestly I started having financial issues, like I just mentioned. I wasn't able to afford a lot of things like for myself. Like I literally had to go to DoorDash and literally get this money. It was so draining. I was like, I don't want to do DoorDash. Like DoorDash was just not helping me. But it helped me a little bit, but it really didn't at the same time. I was struggling with just finding myself, finding what I wanted to do, for me. Like what career did I want to go for? What do I want to do for my major? Because at the time I was still figuring out what do I want to major in, because I was switching majors. So that was like very confusing for me. I was starting seeing like other people, and I knew that I needed to heal myself. And this was kind of like one of the most like hardest part of it all, because I was dealing with like other guys that I was seeing and stuff like that. And like a lot of the times that I was seeing these dudes, like they didn't make me feel good, like it was something off about like these guys that I was seeing. Like I knew that they weren't going to be the love of my life. I knew that they weren't going to be in my life permanently. I knew these people were just temporary, and I just wanted to be around men because it made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? That is one of the things that I've needed to work on as well. As when I was starting to notice that I loved being around men. I've always noticed this, but I didn't want to like admit it to myself at certain times because I didn't want to make it seem like I was dependent. But yes, I wanted to be around men so much because of the fact that, because of my inner child, because like it has to do with my inner child, which I don't want to go through with that. But so it just kind of, a lot of things that I was noticing before, but I was like, brush it off. It was coming to me, and I was like, yeah, Yana, you don't really need to be surrounding yourself by all these dudes, especially they don't value you. They don't see the way that you should be seeing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it was just very hard for me to accept that, and for me, it was hard for me to even stop seeing other people, because I had that mentality where it was like, you're single, you could do whatever you want, yada yada yada. Like you've been dedicating your loyalty to the wrong people. Like you gotta go and party. I had to notice that I was not like that. I was meant to literally be with one person and one person only. And if I wasn't going to find that right person, that one right person, then I should just be alone and work on me. you know and I ended up noticing as well that I did not want to be with my ex either. I always went back to my ex. Girls, they be going back to the ex, and there's no shame on them because I've been there, done that. But me having this Moldavite, it really made me see the true colors in people, not in just relationships, but with other people that I used to be friends with as well. And I was like, no, this is not what I want in life. I need a new change. I am so sick and tired of that heater. Basically, kind of like the rundown too. I'm trying to think of more things because my memory is very vague when it comes to, things that happened last year. Situations with certain guys that honestly, like, I kind of feared for my life. Only because, like, I didn't really know certain guys for that long for me to really, like, know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just known them and then talk to them for a little bit and then just meet up with them. And, I would often, like, kiss other people, and do certain things with certain people, sharing my valuable energy. Like, shouldn't have never been doing that. But, it's all a learning experience at the end of the day. And I was exchanging my energy and the other person's energy together. I was not feeling good. I, like, literally, like, the universe was telling me, like, Yana, you need to stop, kissing other people, having intercourse with certain people, because this is not okay. Like, your inner child, you know what I'm saying? Your higher self is telling you it does not like it. It's not approving. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of these like messages from the angels because I was seeing a lot of angel numbers as I was going through a lot of these things. And I knew that it was telling me like, this is not the way to go. And I kept brushing it off sometimes, but sometimes I would realize it. But it was hard for me to just not see other people. It was hard for me to get out of that because I wanted to be surrounded by other men. I knew why I liked it. I knew the background of why I liked it because it does have to do with my childhood. So it's just more like a lot of things like I was realizing like it just forced on upon me. Like I had no other choice but to see what was going on with me, like spiritually, and like what my soul was just trying to tell me. It was a situation as well where it kind of did lead me into just stop everything that I did. It made me stop everything that I did. I cut everybody off. I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna be celibate because as I should. And I was celibate for a couple of months, so it really did help me. I don't want to get too much into detail with everything that I went through. It just strengthened my intuition with certain situations that I was in throughout the time that I was going through a lot of these things. I did meet somebody that I went to middle school with and everything, and rekindled with that person. So we were friends at first. The relationship that him and I had was very rocky. It wasn't very, because I feel like everything could be worse. We had a good friendship because, we were both spiritual and we had a lot of things in common, and we thought alike. But it was also hard because, he was in a different, he was like in, I don't know how to call it, like, he was just more in a different, like, phase of his life, and I feel like I was just kind of more in a different phase of my life as well. But after, like I mentioned, like just a few minutes ago, after the situation that I was in, that led me into just cutting everybody off and everything off that I did, and I wanted to start new and start healing myself and focus on me and spirituality. I never cut him off because he was a valuable friend, and he just wanted to just, you know what I'm saying, I feel like he just knew what was best for me. Just more of like, like, I just want to be your friend. Like, I just want to be in your life. I just want to, that type of thing. And, I was like very skeptical because I was like, I know I'm going to have feelings for him. But I really didn't mind because, like, after the months went on, maybe like a month or two. I said months, but after like a month or two went on, we started getting very close, and we just had like this like connection that we really liked each other, not even just like sexually or emotionally, but like spiritually. Like, we were just spiritually connected in so many ways, and that we could just feel it. We had a lot of things in common, a lot of things that we wanted to do in the future. We had that same interest. So it was just very, very like surprising that I met somebody who was just like me, who wanted, in the near future, who wanted to do certain things that was kind of like same as me, or envision what our future, envision the future that we would want. It was literally the same thing, and I was like, this, like, I thought to myself, I was like, this person has to be like mine, like this person has to be like literally my husband. And I've always knew, but it was something that I just didn't want to admit. But I just started seeing that, like, this person genuinely, like, really cares for me, and generally just wants the best for me. And he is just a really great figure in my life till this day, and I really do love him, and I would not trade it for anything else. Okay, I've never expected to meet anybody around this time. I was so ready to be alone. I was so ready to be alone. Him and I were friends as well, but like, I knew I was gonna have feelings for him, so I just wanted to be alone but have him as a friend at the same time, because it was just like, why not have him as a friend? But I started liking him, and I just feel like that spiritual connection that we had was just something that I've never thought that I would get after a lot of these trials and tribulations that I faced throughout the month. I'm still experiencing with Moldavite at the end of the day. I had physical symptoms like a sore throat. My heart was racing. My ears would be like, feeling like they were clogged, but they were like high pitched. You get those ringing in your ears are like high pitched, but they're also clogged. Very weird explanation, but I was getting those a lot, and sometimes I do get those as well with the ears. I get those a lot. I didn't have that heart racing, but I did get a little sore throat, even though I'm still sick. I feel like Moldavite did give me another sore throat because I still need to work on my throat chakra. So that's literally about it. With this stone that I got, and then this piece that I had, this was my first one that I've ever purchased. And then I have the oil. So for this one and this one, I'll leave a link down below for anyone who wants to buy it. It is 100% like legit. I don't want people to think it's a scam, because I know Moldavite could be a scam sometimes, because a lot of people want to resell it and make money. But it's not a scam. I actually shop at this store, and it's a family owned, so it's not like they have like a franchise or anything. As well, there is another website from the Czech Republic. In their country, they have their own website where they ship off Moldavite, because originally what I said, that's where it comes from. If you guys want to search it up, research Moldavite before you guys get it or purchase it. Do whatever you want. It's no rush. I was a little bit scared to get it. Trust me, I was a little bit scared, but that one day I woke up and I was like, I'm ready to get Moldavite. Moldavite will come to you. At the end of the day, it came to me and it will most certainly go to you. No rush. Don't feel pressured, okay? If you don't ever want to get Moldavite, feel free. It's everybody's, preference if they want to get it. But I personally really recommend it if you really want that change and if you really want to go the extra mile. If you're just like, I just want a lot of these things that are not meant for me to just be out of my life. There you have it. Moldavite is great. If the crystal is too tense for you, when you purchase it, when you start to get more familiar with it, wear it with a grounding stone so it can help balance it so you don't feel too drained. Okay, so that's just my advice to you guys. Okay, that was my experience with Moldavite. I'll leave the 2 website links down below. Okay, I want you guys to be able to, if you guys thinking about it, go get some Moldavite. Go get you some Moldavite. All right, it's a good stone and I love it. I really recommend it, y'all. And this was $80. It might be pricey, but smaller the piece, the little cheaper it is. But the bigger the piece, the more money it is, just to let y'all know. But that was it for this video. I'm going to explain more about my YouTube and everything. So, in another video. So I want you guys to bear with me. Okay, bye, guys.